Hi, I'm Velvet with the SelfWorthTribe, a tribe of women who accept that our past does not define our future. Well, whether it's a New Year's resolution or maybe there's a birthday or perhaps there's been a passing of a loved one, these are real moments that trigger a need for change in our lives. I know for me these have definitely been defining moments that have caused me to reflect back on some of the decisions that I've made in the past and to really look at if I'm at that point that I want to be or that I thought I would be by now. Those have been the events that have really become the markers in my life as to when I should sit down and set some goals and to look to the future. So why do I find myself now procrastinating about doing that? Why am I sitting back and watching and reading and hearing about all of these other success stories rather than actually making my own bucket list of things? Well, another year is passing and there's another birthday lingering, and I really find that the enthusiasm to make these lists has really dwindled. I mean, I know why I don't make the lists. I don't make them because I'm afraid to fail. I've already conjured up in the back of my brain that I'm already too busy to even start thinking about making a list, let alone writing it down. And besides, why make a list when I'm never going to check anything off of it anyways? Sounds like I'm really setting myself up for some pain, and you know, there's enough things out there in my day-to-day life that are already causing me that pain. Why would I do that to myself? So I should just admit the failure and the disappointment of what I'm not going to achieve and just save myself that burden of even trying to accomplish some goals. So what happened? Where did that little voice that used to be in the back of my head, that little self-worth voice that used to speak up and say, go ahead, write it down, you can do anything you want to do? So I don't know if it's mortgages, if it's family, if it's careers or what, but something's changed that need for all of those exotic vacations and that need to jump out of an airplane. But with that, I find myself a little lost in direction. You know, not quite as passionate about making these lists and certainly lacking in some self-worth. I mean, the thought of even starting a list actually makes my stomach tighten up a bit and my heart beat just a little bit faster. I mean, half the fun of making these lists was knowing that I was going to be able to check off at least half of the things on there. So where did that passion, that belief that I could accomplish anything, when did that get replaced with self-doubt and fear? I was at a little seminar conference the other day, and there was a speaker, and something that she said was that people that wrote down their goals were 33% more likely to achieve them. Now, I don't know if that statistic's correct or not, but it got me thinking, wow, those people sure are lucky. They're way luckier than me. That was my first thought. Where did that come from? Stop! I don't believe that that's true, and I don't know how that thought process jumped into my brain before thinking, yeah, I should actually start to write down my goals. So now as I look at my list from my 20s, maybe I'll never be that American gladiator that I thought I was going to be back then or wanted to be. And perhaps I won't have that romantic love affair with that movie star, Johnny Depp, or any of them. But I certainly will look for those things that strike up that desire and that passion within me, and even a little bit of fear. Because I know, as scary as it was for me to jump off a bridge with nothing more than a giant elastic band tied around my ankles, the exhilaration of actually accomplishing that was far greater. So today I'm going to choose to be that switch, that defining moment that I've always been looking for the universe to provide to me. Today I'm going to start to make that self-worth bucket list. And at the top of that list, it's going to be to start to honor myself more. Honor myself by laughing a little more, probably crying a little more too, but certainly in believing in myself more. I'm going to start accomplishing those things on my list and to be that defining purpose that I want to be, because I do have a choice. I have a choice to build my self-worth, and I have a choice to reinvent my future. Join us in the Self-Worth Tribe, a safe yet vibrant gathering of women just like you and me who accept that our past does not define our future.